Katie Price is about to hit our screens again. But this time, it won't be through a podcast rant, a chaotic live show, or another ill-fated reality project. No, this time, it's a big-budget Sky documentary, produced by Louis Theroux's company, no less. And already it's surrounded by scandal, tension, and the same chaos that seems to follow Katie everywhere she goes. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe right now for more explosive celebrity investigations, because in this video, we're breaking down what this documentary is really about, what Katie's ex-husbands are planning to reveal, and why this series could end up destroying whatever's left of Katie Price's carefully managed public image. And believe me, you won't want to miss what's coming up. So let's get into it. This isn't just another fly-on-the-wall look at Katie's chaotic life. This is being pitched as a 3-part serious documentary, charting her dramatic rise from page 3 glamour model to household name. Produced by Louis Theroux's company, Mindhouse, it promises unseen archive footage, interviews with people from her past, and the full story of Katie Price's rise and her spectacular fall. But here's the kicker. While Katie will absolutely deliver her side, 2 of her ex-husbands are now in talks to join the project. Yes, Reid and Kieran Hayler, both men who've lived through the Price roller coaster, are preparing to give their version of events. And let's be clear, those versions will not be flattering. For years, Katie has controlled the narrative. The doomed marriages, the bankruptcies, the affairs, she's always managed to spin it back onto someone else. But now, with Reid and Kieran Hayler weighing up their involvement, we could be about to hear, on camera, the unfiltered truth about what it's really like to be married to Katie Price. And let's not forget, both of these men once considered blocking the documentary with legal action. They didn't want to be dragged into her circus all over again. But now, they've realized that if they don't speak, Katie will, and she'll tell her version alone. That means Alex and Kieran are gearing up to set the record straight. And if you thought the public fights between them and Katie were messy before, you haven't seen anything yet. But what about Peter Andre, the ex-husband everyone's watching most closely? The man who has managed to rebuild his life, protect his kids, and avoid getting dragged back into Katie's endless scandals. Peter has already made it clear he's not interested. He's unlikely to appear because he doesn't want to be dragged through the mud yet again. But here's the thing. His absence could be just as damning as his words, because the feud between Katie and Peter has never been worse. Just last month, Pete issued a rare, blistering statement accusing Katie of spreading lies about their children's living arrangements. He made it clear Junior and Princess have lived with him for years, for their safety. Think about that. The father of her 2 eldest children publicly stating that his kids are safer with him than with Katie Price. What more needs to be said? And while Pete is keeping his distance from the cameras, Katie is expected to tell her side anyway. That means, once again, she'll paint herself as the victim, while accusing others of being fake saints with carefully managed images. But the public isn't buying it anymore. Katie has already started laying the groundwork for this documentary. She posted a lengthy Instagram rant, admitting she'll always be seen as a sinner, but claiming she's been let down by saints who pretend to be perfect. She admitted to addiction, infidelity, but framed it as proof of her resilience. It's the same routine we've seen time and time again: chaos, confession, and then a claim to redemption. But here's the problem. After decades of scandals, bankruptcies, pet tragedies, failed comebacks, and endless courtroom appearances, does anyone really believe this is a redemption story anymore? Or is it just another attempt to stay relevant and cash in on the chaos? So what exactly will this 3-part series show us? Expect the usual: the glamour model beginnings, the marriage to Pete, the magazine deals, the reality TV shows. But expect it to go darker too, because that's what sells. We'll likely see Reid open up about the humiliations of their short-lived marriage. We'll likely hear Kieran Hayler discuss her affairs, her reckless spending, her wild mood swings, And behind it all will be Katie, spinning, crying, and blaming everyone else for the mess her life has become. The producers will frame it as balanced, they'll say it's objective. But let's be honest, Katie is the one who signed on. Katie is the one giving the access, and Katie is the one desperate to control the story. But history tells us the truth has a way of slipping out. Here's another twist. This documentary is being timed to coincide with the 30th anniversary of Katie Price's debut as a Page 3 girl back in 1996. 30 years since Jordan first burst onto the scene, and what a 30 years it's been. 5 husbands, endless scandals, children caught in the middle, a fortune made and lost, bankruptcy hearings, plastic surgery disasters, and pets. Far too many pets. It's a career that was once built on glamour, now remembered mostly for chaos. And that's why this documentary is so risky, because once all the exes speak, once the archive footage is played, once the story is laid bare, Katie might not be able to spin her way out this time. Let's not forget, this comes at the worst possible time for her family relationships. Princess Andre has just turned 18 and has already cut her mom out of her career. Junior is openly loyal to his dad. Harvey lives with carers and away from the chaos. And Katie herself was banned from her daughter's birthday party. Now imagine those wounds being reopened on television. Imagine ex-husbands openly criticizing her parenting, her lifestyle, her choices. The fallout could be catastrophic. So the big question is this: will this documentary finally expose Katie Price for who she really is? Or will it once again give her the platform to cry, deflect, and play the victim? Because here's the truth. Katie has survived every scandal because she always finds a way to spin it. But her power is fading. Her kids are pulling away. Her exes are ready to talk. And her audience, her once loyal fans, are tired of the excuses. This documentary could be her last chance to rewrite the story. But it could just as easily be the final nail in the coffin of her public image. So here's what we know. Katie Price's New Sky documentary promises to be explosive. Her ex-husbands are circling, ready to reveal the truth. Her feud with Peter Andre is at boiling point. Her kids are stepping away. It's being billed as the definitive story of Katie Price's life. But when the dust settles, it might go down as the moment the public finally gave up on her for good. What do you think? Will this documentary expose Katie Price once and for all? Or will she spin her way into another round of sympathy and headlines? Let us know in the comments. And if you've stayed with us this far, hit subscribe right now for more sensational celebrity news, scandals, and investigations. Because the Katie Price story is only getting wilder, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.